Hey, what's going on, everybody? MysterySchooler here. We are back live. Another presentation for you. Yeah, today's story we got. Keep trying down, sweetheart. We have cynocephaly, a Native American culture. Algonquin. Yeah, our dog man today is Master Locks. Yeah, he's like a humanoid dog. Like we see all over the world, but usually European myths. But today's Native American. Interesting stuff. Hey, what's up, Sasquatch Mind Control? Welcome. Jess Palmer, welcome, brother. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate all of you. Yep, of the wolverine and the wolves, or how Master Locks froze to death. Of old times it came to pass that Master Locks, the wolverine, or Indian devil, he who was slain many times and as often rose from the dead, found himself deeply down in luck. Sasquatch Mind Control says, I heard a story of Jesus blessing a dog man and giving him a human form. Yeah, I've heard that one too. I don't know if you've seen my cynocephaly video. I have a video where I cover it. I think it's titled Cynocephaly, aka Dogman. It's one of my older posts, but yeah. Also, Saint what's his name? I forget which one now. Darn it. Peter or Paul or someone is depicted as a dog as well in the Vatican. I covered this in my cynocephaly video, guys. Definitely check it out if you haven't. But yeah, I thought this was really interesting because not only is Dogman in this story, our main character is a Dogman. Just watch. Bear with me here. Sorry I keep getting interrupted. Kids drive me crazy today. For he was crossing a wide and dismal heath in winter time, being but poorly provided in any way for travel. Okay, so Lox is a little worried because he's got a long journey ahead of him, but he really doesn't have anything prepared to travel, and it's really cold. The wind blew like knives, the snow fell, sleet, frost, hail, and rain seemed to all come together in bad company. Lox was not happy. He had no blanket or fur coat beyond his own. Yet this evil-minded, jolly companion with every vice had one virtue, and that he was the strongest beast of the forest, or devils in Plamakik. He was the hardest-hearted, toughest, and most unconquerable, being ever the first to fight and the last to give in. Which even then he did not, okay? Never having done it and never intending to. He was greatly admired and made much of by all the blackguardly beasts of the backwoods, wherein they differed but little from many among men. Okay, so Lox is walking through the forest. He's still in his area because this is his stomping ground, the Plumkick or whatever forest. And he's saying he's kind of become he has kind of a reputation as a celebrity. He's famous in the area, and there's a bunch of beasts in this forest that differ little from man. So they're similar to him. They're a creature people, human hybrid, some kind. I don't know what, They're different. It kind of reminds me of Hotel Transylvania, except, not a kids thing. Hey, we got Stupid in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome, Stu. We got Agathangelos Filipatos. Welcome. Thanks for coming here. You guys are here this one? It's a Native American Dogman. Yeah, so Lox is a celebrity in his woods. He's underprepared for travel. Let's see what happens. I mean, this title kind of gives it away, but you know. Now, as all rowdies and rascals, the wolves are the worst. So he's just saying straight up, wolf people are the worst. I know because I am one. They're they're very mischievous. It was with great joy Lox heard, as the darkness was coming on, a long, sad howl far away, betokening the coming of a pack of these pleasant people. Okay, so some other dog person is howling, hey, careful, there's a band of crazy other dog people running around, bandits or something, careful. And Lox is like, oh, cool, I'm there. So Lox raised his own voice in the wolf tongue. I'm going to stop for a second here, guys. The wolf tongue. If you guys haven't checked out my cynocephaly video, we have depictions all the way from India area, not Native America, Indians, India, okay, with dogmen just like this that also speak a language that is like a barking language. So apparently Lox is all the way over here in the States is also fluent in this tongue, huh? For he was learned in many languages. Interesting. Needless to say, this myth is way before colonization, guys, so, you know, keep that in mind. And soon, Lox was surrounded by some 15 or 16 looping land loafers, so dog people, who danced, rolling over, barking and biting one another, all for the very joy at meeting with him. Okay, so all of a sudden, he's surrounded by this group of people that he knew were coming. And they're really excited to see him because he's like a celebrity. They're like, no, get out of the way. I want to meet Lox. No, it's Master Lox. I want to meet him. They're all excited. And the elder, he who was captain, or the Sogmo, said, peradventure, thou wilt encamp with us this night, for it is ill for a gentleman to be alone, where he might encounter vulgar fellows. So, you know, the leader, the Sogmo, is like, you can stay with us if you want. And Lox thanked him as if he were doing him a favor. So Lox was like, I guess I'll stay. Even though Lox is about to die from the wilderness or whatever, he's like, I guess I'll stay. All right. You know, he's a celebrity. He's going to order something off the menu. You know, he knows how to play it. Lox accepted the best of their dried meat and took the highest place by their fire and smoked the chief's choicest tomawi out of his best pipe. And all that with such vast condescension that the wolves grinned with delight. Okay, so I think they got high. I don't know. Yeah, I think Lox got high with them. So all right. This story's a trip, guys. This doesn't sound like Native American myth at all. All right, we got Starry Lost and Found in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Wow, we got 6 watching. That's great. That's great for me. Thank you. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, this story's a trip, guys. We haven't even gotten into the magic yet, and it's a very interesting story, especially if you know a little bit about Mudflood or Cataclysm and all that, because this really does put together some pieces for our shattered narrative or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, and having eaten after they arose in the morning, they would wend away. The wolf chief said unto Lox, Uncle. Okay, so the wolf chief is his nephew, I guess. So the wolf chief is saying to Lox, Uncle, thou hast yet 3 days hard travel before thee, in the land where there is neither home, house, nor hearth, and it will be ill camping without a fire. Now I have a most approved and excellent charm, or spell, by which I can give thee 3 fires, but no more. Yet will they suffice, 1 for each night, until thou gettest to thy journey's end. And this is the manner thereof, that thou shalt take unto thee dry wood, even such as men commonly burn, and thou shalt put them together, even as boys build little wigwams for support. and then thou shalt jump over it. And truly, uncle, this is an approved and excellent charm of ripe antiquity, kept as a solemn secret among the wolves, and thou art the first not of our holy nation to whom it hath been given. So they parted. Okay, guys, we're definitely taking a pause on this one because a lot happened in this paragraph here. So the wolf chief is giving Lox a spell where if he jumps over a bundle of wood, it'll catch a blaze. He'll have a fire. He also states that Lox is the first one to be trusted outside of their holy nation. Now, remember what we were just saying in chat, guys. We know there are stories, biblical stories related with dogmen. And this dogman right here, a wolf chief apparently, is referring to our holy nation. So what holy nation was in the United States pre-colonization? Old enough to be in mythology. This seems very European. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty interesting. So anyways, apparently there was a camp of wolfmen that are from a holy nation. Interesting. We do see a lot of Romulan or dog-headed depiction worldwide. Definitely check out my cynocephaly video if you guys haven't yet, because it's going to put in a lot of the puzzle pieces together here. All right, we got Caucasian Sasquatch in the house. Welcome, brother. All right, we got the Lion Mank. Welcome, brother. Yeah. How you doing today, man? Bro, this story is so crazy. It's the most European-sounding story ever. This is an Algonquin myth. Native American. They even just had a reference to a wigwam just now in this paragraph. So, yeah, interesting. So Lox is now he's a little more prepared for his journey because he's got a spell where you can just jump over a bundle of wood and have a fire. That's definitely useful. Now Lox trudged on, and as he went westwards, kept thinking of this great secret of the pious and peculiar people, and wondering if it were even as the wolf said, or only a deceit. For however kindly he was treated by people, he always suspected that they mocked him in scorn, or were preparing to do so. For as he ever did this thing himself to every condition of mankind or beasts, he constantly waited to have it done to him. And being curious withal, anxious to see some new thing, he had not walked half an hour ere he said, "Let me try it. Yeah, I will." So building up the sticks, he jumped over them, and at once they caught fire and blazed up, and it came to pass even as the wolf had prophesied. So here we are, guys. Lox didn't believe his nephew, or the wolf chief, or whatever, about the spell. So he's a half hour into his journey. He's like, I gotta see if this works. That's the craziest thing I ever heard, right? And surprise, surprise, it worked. Yeah, Caucasian Sasquatch says there's strong associations between Celtic myth and Algonquin myth. Yeah, go figure, way before colonization, huh? It's a trip, man. Yeah, I never knew that. He's right too. It's very Celtic, this stuff. That's why I've been covering this stuff more lately, guys, than the Greek stuff, because like I was saying in the last presentation, the Greek stuff is just so heavily covered. Like, even people who don't research mythology are well versed in those stories. So why on earth would I show them to you? I'm going to look for the obscure stuff, right? I'm going to look for the stuff you haven't heard. Who wants to hear the same crap over and over again, right? So that's why I chose this one. I definitely never heard it before. All right, we got Rowan in the house. Welcome, brother. Thanks for dropping by. The Enlightened Mank says, who is man's best friend? Oh, yep. Yeah, that's supposed to be dog, but I guess it depends, unless they're chasing you, huh? So yeah, he's already down one fire, guys. He's half an hour into his journey on the first day, and he's already used a fire. That's what happens, no faith, right? So I guess his first error was no faith, you know? My whole thing is like, even if he didn't believe the wolf chief that it would do it, wouldn't you at least wait to try it when it would be like, good for you to have a fire, not like just half an hour to your journey or whatever? He's kind of foolish, Locks. I mean, it's strange because he's depicted as his hero, or he's like he's clever. He's depicted as clever, but he just does a whole bunch of dumb crap in this. I don't know. So yeah, he jumped over the fire and it lit, just like the wolf had prophesied. Now, having solaced himself by the heat, Locks went on, and it grew cold again, and he began to think how pleasant it was to be warm. And being like most evil people, wanting in a corner of wisdom, he at once put the sticks together again and jumped over them. And as before, there rose a blaze, and he was happy. And this was the second fire. And he had still 3 cold nights before him before he could reach his home. And yet this wolverine, who was so wise in all wickedness and witty in evil doing, had not walked into the afternoon before he began to think about the third fire. Truly, he said unto himself, who knows, but the weather might take a turn to a thaw and give us a warm night? Ha, methinks, by the looks of the clouds, the wind will soon be southwesterly. Have I not heard my grandmother say that such a color, even the red, meant something? I forget what, but it might be a warm change. Luck be on me, I will risk the odds. So he's convincing himself that it's okay. It's okay to waste all his fire, whatever. And saying this, he set up the sticks again. And this was the last fire, though it was not even the first night. Wow, guys, so he's out of fire. He's coming out to the third night. And Lightning Mank says, man's best friend is dog, or the word dog reversed is God. God could be an abbreviation of galactic obliteration device. Oh. Yeah, I mean, the Earth is like a big machine, so yeah. The sky's like a clock, and the Earth's like a circuit board. It's like a big machine. I agree with that. Wanting in a corner of wisdom, what does that mean? Sasquatch Mind Control says wanting forbidden knowledge. I don't know. You see, again, this is written. It's written like Old English, right, guys? It's translated allegedly in the late 1800s by a colonist. So, it's interesting. The colonist is so well educated, and yeah, this Old English stuff. It's really interesting. It's like he's from a couple hundred years before or something. The guy who translated this. Anyways, Locks is out of fire. He's got a long journey ahead of him. Yeah, it's crazy that this guy's a werewolf or whatever. See, I think now might be a good time to elaborate. I'm pretty sure Locks is different from the other cynocephaly or dogman that he ran into earlier, because in the beginning of the story, it mentioned that Locks is immortal and that he's died many times and has arisen many times. And I know werewolves are cursed ones. It's like a curse. So maybe he was a person at one point and got cursed into a werewolf, and that's why he's immortal, or whatever you want to call it. I would call it like cursed to walk the earth forever, but immortal, whatever you want to call it. So he's different somehow is what I'm saying. I don't think he's the same as these regular cynocephaly, and that's what makes him a celebrity. You know, why they want to hang out with him so much, and what would also make him the strongest in the woods, right? I don't know. I thought that was interesting, though. There's definitely something going on with Master Locks. I wasn't sure how to pronounce his name. I googled the etymology, and it says it rhymes with blokes. So it's like blokes. All right, so it's not Locks, it's Lokes. It must be Lokes, Master Lokes. My bad, guys. Oh, Gigi's in the house. Welcome. Curse, they call it Cain. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Like Cain and Abel, huh? Yeah, so it also mentions he's also refers to Lokes as Indian devil. as well. I don't know. It's like he has a spirit within him or something, and it like gets riled up, and when it does, it's almost like he's out of control or something. He's like a Super Saiyan or something, but like evil. I don't know. It's interesting. Anyways. And when he came after dark to the first camping place, it grew cold in earnest. Okay, so it actually was cold this time. Howbeit Lokes, thinking that what was good for once must be good forever, made him his little pile of sticks and jumped over them. It was of no avail. Finally, when he jumped 20 or 30 times more, there arose a little smoke, and having his heart cheered by this, he kept on jumping. Now it is said that there can be no smoke without fire, but this time it went not beyond smoke. Then Lox jumped again, and this time, see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. The Indian devil came up within him, and he swore by it that he would jump till it blazed or burst. So he kept on, and yet there came no comfort, not even a spark. And being at last aweary, he fell down in a swoon, and so froze to death. And so the devil was dead, and that was the last of him for that turn. But I think he got over it, for he has been seen many a time since. Yeah, that's the end of this story, guys. But tell me what you think. So Lox froze to death, but the writer tells us he's been seen many times since. So it did start the story with him being immortal. So I guess it eventually warmed up and he thawed out and just walked off, huh? Oh, they aren't cursed though, Gigi? Okay. Yeah, because I know there's an animagus, and I'm pretty sure an animagus can transform at will. But then there's a werewolf, and they don't do it at will. They see like they see the moon, and it's like it's not a consent. They don't consent to being a wolf. Yeah, it's interesting. AG the Greek, welcome. Thanks for coming. My son stayed home today and is very happy to listen to Leo's dad, a real life YouTuber. He says, great show. Hey, thank you. Oh, that must be my buddy, Angelo. Okay. What's up, Angelo? Thanks for coming, man. Yeah. That's my boy, Leo. He's talking about my son. He's at school right now. That's why I took this chance to try to present real quick. There's some quiet in the background. I only got the little ones at home right now, so this is as quiet as it gets around here, folks. Sorry. Yeah, Gigi Abby Lynn says, awesome topic. Yeah, thank you. I thought it was too. Because I always thought, I know I'm a broken record, folks. I always thought that Dogman was a European, or werewolf was a European phenomenon, or myth, or legend, whatever you want to call it. But it apparently very much here in the States as well, right here in our backyard. This is an Algonquin myth, guys. So we're talking Northeast United States, Southeastern Canada. Yeah, it definitely gets cold over there, so it's consistent with the story, huh? You'll definitely freeze to death. Mess around through fire, huh? Yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this story, this was taken from Legends of New England by Charles G. Leland. Gigi Abby Lynn says, we live in a world that is closer to True Blood show than you think. I gotta check out True Blood still. Everybody tells me to check out True Blood, and I haven't yet. Like, everybody tells me to check out True Blood. HBO special. Okay, cool. Yeah. So what do you guys think? We got depictions of Dogman in the Vatican. If you guys check out my cynocephaly video, we have dozens of witnesses and accounts. I mean, kings and surveyors. Some of the people who make the maps that we go off of today write about Dogman and seeing many tribes of Dogman. Some of them vicious, savage, cannibalistic. Some of them sophisticated, civilized and well-mannered. So, yeah, Interesting stuff, everybody. I for 100% believe that cynocephaly does exist and that other forms of man or hybrid, human hybrid, whatever you want to call it, do exist, or at least did exist at one point. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some out there still somewhere, though. The world is very big, but there's a lot of unexplored land. So I'm not going to exclude it. Could be a cryptid out there. Who knows? Well, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. I'm going to go live again tomorrow. Yeah, Sasquatch Mind Control says people still see them. Yeah, that's what's crazy, man. It's like, I cover this in my cynocephaly video, but there are eyewitness accounts and testimonies and stuff from like less than 100 years ago. People seeing Dogman running around in the States, and take it for what you will, but don't forget we put people to death based on eyewitness testimony and stuff. So like you're in a major trial and you say, yeah, I saw this guy kill this guy. They could persecute you. They could prosecute you for that. But then someone comes and says, oh, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this. Oh, it doesn't matter. Whatever, right? The heck? It's no double standard. You can send people to death on eyewitness testimony, but then as soon as someone sees something strange, eyewitness testimony is completely out the window and not reliable. What the hell? What a catch-22, huh? Sasquatch Mind Control says almost all untouched. Canada is huge. Yeah, exactly, man. Canada, shoot, even the States, tons of unexplored land. They got us all piled up on top of each other like cockroaches or something, So, yeah, you could pretty much any major city, you could just drive many miles in any direction. It's just nothing but unused land, and it's like, gosh, who knows what creatures are crawling out there. Gigi Abby Lynn says, vampires south, werewolves north. Yeah, because that's interesting you said that. I was just reading something on the vampires and New Orleans, Louisiana, which is south. So it's interesting you say vampire south. Yeah, totally. Yeah, New Orleans, that whole area, very witch vampire out. Werewolves north. Okay, this is my first werewolf story for the North United States. So I guess, yeah, interesting. Maybe there are more. Sasquatch Mind Control says, usually it's a freaky experience I hear, but they don't get hurt. Okay, that's good. Gigi Abby Lynn says, but they go between the land. Oh, right. Yeah. Werewolves from north, vampires the south, but they travel around. I get it. Yeah. Sasquatch Mind Control says, dude, everywhere. Russia, South America. Yeah, totally. Oh, South America, there are tons of cryptid sightings. Oh my gosh. That's probably... I'd probably be more scared to wander those woods than anywhere, South American woods. Shit, even the real stuff just wants to eat you right off the bat. It's horrible down there. Those woods. That jungle. Oh, the jungle. Hey, One Stoner, Three Cats. Thanks for coming. Welcome, girl. How you doing today? If you guys don't check out One Stoner, Three Cats' chat, she's got a really chill chat. I definitely check it out. Very sweet lady. Yeah, she's got time for all her guests. Sasquatch Mind Control says, that's the worst sound. A kid hurt. Yeah, I know. He's just having a tantrum. Don't worry. Mama's got him. Gigi Abby Lynn says, you didn't have to mute. Oh, I appreciate that. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, it's just, you know, I take it seriously what I do, but, you know, it's hard. One stoner, 3 cats. I love that username. Well, guys, that's it for this presentation. Thanks for coming. I'm going to end the stream now. I appreciate each and every one of you. We had a good 30 minutes. I'll be live soon. Keep your eyes open, guys. Please leave a like, subscribe, share the show if you can. If you guys are on autodidactic streams or UAP or John Levy or any of those guys, please let them know my channel exists. I have a feeling I'm like one shout out from any of those guys to have a decent channel. So I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. God bless.